delicious water 100% organic tap in the house. It filters out the chlorine and contaminants while retaining healthy minerals, and there's no filter to change ever. It's maintenance free. New customers get a free Pure antibacterial filter that's worth $325 just in March 31st. Call 800-803-2696. Visit lightsourcewater.com. Lightsourcewater, taste and feel the difference. Losing air conditioning on a hot summer day can be a bloody old nightmare, and no one wants that. So your air conditioner lasts longer and reduce breakdowns with a reduced
Absolutely. I agree with that.
critical adjustment so you'll stay cool, use less energy, and improve the life of your system. And we'll clean the outdoor coils the right way, not keep you sweat. Rejuvenation, just $429. Gale Air Conditioning and Plumbing. RealEaseCTO.com. We'll keep it cool for the tardy stuff. Line number 1047. So, you and I have talked about solar max technology for years now. Yeah. Listen, I did a ton of research back in the day. Solar Max was clearly the best. Solar Max is going to build a custom solar system like they did for me.
Like anything non-GMO, basically.
All of it's under one roof, right out here in Southern California, Riverside specifically. They're going to provide you with the highest quality solar panels, inverters, and battery systems.
Well, organic zone is really good, and I'm glad you won that.
Now is the best time to get solar because you're going to get more electrical production in the spring. Save big, call Solar Max, and get a 12-panel system for $0 down and $59.99 a month. The most powerful solar panels on the market. Plus, you'll want to lock in your NEM 2.0 benefits by April 13th. That's right. Call Solar Max, start saving money by spring on their 12-panel system for $0 down, $59.99 a month. Now, pound 250 undersell and say that keyword Solar Max, pound 250 Solar Max, or go to solarmaxtech.com.
Well, it's excellent that you won that. And did you pick the computer? Did you see what the time is on it?
They don't know how anything works. They pretend to. They give themselves degrees. They give themselves titles at their client research centers, but they have no idea. They don't know crap. John ain't there. So the Earth is not designed to meet our needs 365 days a year. We gotta roll with it. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
I have 5 Chromebooks, 8 HP and a Dell. I have an HP and a Dell. And then I also have a MacBook, but I don't use that.
National Weather Service says the rain should arrive after midnight. Roads will be in the mid-50s, but it's going to be windy also through the night. I don't know if you live out in the Inland Empire. Holy cow! I know we get some winds out there, but yesterday it was so bad I went to take the trash cans out, and it was popping the lid, kind of up off the trash can. And I'm going to wait a little bit before I take this out there because I'm afraid my trash is going to be all over the street. Forecasters say the rain and wind will linger through Thursday. Snow levels will start high before low pressure starts moving out on Thursday. Then the freezing levels will drop as low as 3,500 feet. We're also getting more information on a fire that has killed 3 dozen migrants at an immigration detention center in northern Mexico. Across the border from Texas, nearly 30 people were injured in the fire last night. Shelters in the city of Ciudad Juarez are full of people waiting to claim asylum in the U.S.-Mexico Attorney General's office. This started an inquiry into the cause of the fire and has investigators at the facility. Let's say good morning now to ABC's Jim Ryan. Jim, I think a lot of us are questioning why. What was the motivation behind this 28-year-old to go in and shoot up her former school, kill 3 children and 3 adults? What was the manifesto? Yeah. What was the reason behind it?
Well, we don't know the reason yet. I suspect we will in the coming days, so the police have no reason to hold on to that manifesto because there'll be no trial. The video is dead, and so they can release it. If they release, for example, the surveillance video from the school overnight, I think that if they had a live suspect who was going to go on trial at some point, they wouldn't have released that. But they did, and it shows Audrey Hill blasting through the doors, the back doors of Covenant School, then creeping inside and prowling the hallways with 2 assault-style rifles, a handgun, a tactical vest. They know what is happening before 3 students and 3 adults were killed. So I think we're going to learn a lot more in the days about what was in that.
I think what was so interesting to me is the fact that it was a 28-year-old who went back to her middle school. You know, I mean, that was, for me, that was the disconnect. Like, wow, you've been harboring something, it seems like. I mean, maybe, you know, that'll be completely debunked in the manifesto. But why would you still be angry? Or why? Or who would you be going after? You're 28 years old. You probably haven't been there since you were, I don't know, 10, 11, something like that.
Well, yeah, at the same time, the suspect out in Uvalde was 18 years old. He had been a student at that elementary school years before, too. So, and he didn't also, there's something else within that manifesto. The police have referred to a second location that what had been scouted out. Audrey Hale looked at it, decided
were you located in Timberline?
Security there. We don't know what that was. Maybe it was behind the school. Maybe it was some other location that had that was quote harder target. And so the decision was made. Audrey Hale said, you know, I'll just go back to Covenant School and shoot that place up. But it's possible that the plan, and we'll, again, I think, learn much more about what that plan was, what would have been to carry out the shooting there and then go to this other location, maybe. Don't know. But yeah, it's harboring some kind of resentment or anger about this, an elementary school. Yeah, it's just happening.
It is that. Okay, so as far as the timeline goes, do we know to go in? I know she stopped through the glass and everything, and so then she goes into the school. Do you know what were the kids, the first people that she got it? Was it the teacher? Do we know who like ultimately was the last target or something like that?
No, not yet. We did not release that kind of timeline. I think they will. There was, you know, we do know something about 3 children, 3 adults who died. Catherine Kuntz was the director of the school, 50 years old. A substitute teacher died. The custodian for Covenant School was killed, and these 3 children. The father of one of those kids is the senior pastor at the Presbyterian Church that's attached to this school. Howie Sparks' father wrote this morning, he released a statement saying that she was a gift and that they're heartbroken about the loss of this child in its way.
Going back to Catherine Kuntz, the director, do we know if he was the director at the time that the shooter was at this school?
No indication of that at all. You can see in the surveillance video that's one of the first places that the tail approaches is the school office, the right inside door there. And it may be that was simply the Kuntz being in that office was an unfortunate mistake for her. So, yeah, I don't know. There's no indication that she was the director. And at the time that Audrey Hale was doing that.
Going back to what police have found, do they feel that she is the lone attacker in this, that nobody else helped her plan this or anything like that, that this was all her?
Right, yeah. It appears to be just a single person doing the horrific thing. Would you know also that she had sent her friend this messages on Instagram warning that this was going to happen. The friend tried to contact the police, we're told. The police, did not. They handed over the call to a non-emergency number, but we don't know. There's no indication that police actually made contact with Audrey Hale before got shelter on the second floor of Covenant.
And I mean,
that timeline of those messages, how long ago did the friend go to the hospital?
So it was what happened yesterday. It happened before the shooting happened. Okay. So these things were happening just within hours of the massacre.
Wow, that's going to be something then that unfolds, because I know that, I think it was the mayor or something that I had cut earlier, saying, gosh, we thought that the police response was incredible to this, and those who responded to the scene, and they were there within minutes. I mean, it's just so different than Uvalde, where there were, like 40-some minutes went by. I think they said 13 or 14 went by before the shooter was neutralized or whatever, and that's it. So that's interesting that the responding officers are getting, the praise that they obviously deserve. However, what happened? You dropped the ball beforehand.
Exactly. Yeah. And who was it? The call taker? Was it someone at 911? Yeah. It's a legitimate question. But I mean, those 2 officers who went inside risked their own lives. Certainly, they were coming under fire. She broke out the upper windows and was shooting at the police car, and the officers, they were making their way into the school. 2 officers, Rex Engelberg and also both of the sections of the department are getting high grades as being ones who confront it and bring God still.
That's incredible. All right, Jim, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It's hard to
I have done it. I do actually like to listen because I don't have one physically. I have a online one. And then there's some people online who do a digital guy and YouTube remote scan. I like to watch him, so we kind of watch alongside people.
I want to hear that 911 call or that conversation if there was a recording of it. And yet, who was it that could have possibly prevented it had this had these messages been taken seriously by the police force, or was it the way that the friends conveyed it to the cops? I mean, I'm speculating. That's just, but it's just hard not to. Now we're going to talk with ABC's John Cohen. He is a former counterterrorism coordinator at the Department of Homeland Security about all the mass shootings that we've had this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. And what's interesting to me, there have been more mass shootings than days so far in 2023. There have been more mass shootings than days in 2023. Yeah, but that's it for a second. California's Attorney General has appealed a federal judge's ruling that struck down the state's Unsafe Handgun Act. Now, the judge issued a preliminary injunction last week in a federal lawsuit. This challenges the state's law requiring specific devices on guns to improve their safety and identify fires bullets. The judge said the state's requirements unquestionably infringe on the right to shoot and bear arms as guaranteed in the Second Amendment. Well, Disney is about to start laying off.
Actually, mobile has a little bit different
memo that went out from CEO Bob
rules.
It shows the job cuts will be done in 3 rounds, and that is to about 7,000 employees.
I think
the layoffs are expected to affect
you can. So in the upper right corner, there should be something like either free or go live or something.
And streamline operations. An NFL owner wants to help crack down on anti-Semitism. New England-based race owner Robert Kraft has put together a $25 million national ad campaign. The ads will be featured during popular TV shows such as The Voice and during the NFL draft and NBA and NHL playoffs. Been on the rise over the last 5 years. Kraft says the ads will show how non-Jewish people can stand in solidarity with their Jewish neighbors against anti-Semitism and all types of hate. Jeff Mark, KFI News. All right, let me bring you some happiness this morning. I got a card this morning. I'm so
By the way, we listened to the Science Getting Rich by Wallace.
I'm feeling the love.
Yeah,
I really am. This card in particular, oh my gosh, her name is Trisha St. George. Trisha St. George sent me this card. She's, first off, an amazing artist. It's got this cute little coffee cup on it, and art, and then on the back it's got all kinds of stickers and things. And then the card itself has 3 little cats on it. And he says, "Hi Jennifer, I'm so excited to be joining you and the KFI Wake Up Call regulars on April 2nd in person with my fur person buddy boy Bojangles. We're actually coming up on April 1st in Spain in Pasadena to explore fun dog stuff. Love you every morning, and I have great positive love for Pasadena Humane Society. Love all they do, and have had great positive memories with them. I'm so happy to be part of your team. See you on April 2nd. I love all you do. Tail wag, Trisha." And then in it, she sent me 2 flower garden mix. You know, I love it. Said, "You plant seeds with love at your new home." I cannot wait to meet you, Trisha. And Buddy Boy, Bojangles. If you too would like to join us, KFIAM640.com/legal is where you can go. This Sunday, it is the Pasadena Humane Society's Wiggle Waggle Walk. Our team is right there. You can join us. And all you have to do is go to KFIAM640.com/wiggle. Click on the button right there. A bunch of us will be there. Michelle will be there, Nick, me, Let's see, Amy King, Mo Kelly. I'm going to be on the road tonight, by the way, at 7:49. Put that on your calendar. I love that it's 7:49. This will be so precise in radio. We're going to talk more about this and see who else that we can, round up to be on this year's team. KFIAM640.com/wiggle and everything goes to benefit the packaging that you make society. Still got weather from KFI. We're going to get a soaking starting overnight into tomorrow. Snow possibly in the mountains for the next couple of days. Let's see why it's slow on the 60 and Chino.
Great question. Pretty much right around the 71. Also still got some issues going down along with 71 for Southwest work between the 60 and the 10. 71 westbound. Going to be a busy drive for you coming out of Cedar from Central to Virginia into Diamond Bars and they're going to 57. 10 west is an alternate. A little bit of a slowdown for you coming out of Upland to Montclair. Seeing those delays from Mountain as you continue to sort out Central and further west on the 10. Kind of light impacting here and there. Just continue to along the Fairflex area. Continuing towards the Kellogg Interstate. Okay, if I'm the
it's mental that you don't have to give yourself a power to become rich. You have to realize that it's within your future. Like, if people don't realize that you can become rich and that there's a process to do it, there's a science behind it, it's a dream. Basically, the difference between a dream and a goal is a blanket. That's how it's very accurate. So really, for 150 years ago.
They were up a tree too.
Really?
Your dream was really clogged, backing up, and we have to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. Go on.
Thanks for us being doors.
It's what a hero does.
If you have a clogged thing, call Hero Hero coming in air. Go online at ViralRabbi.com.
There are 10 million job openings in the U.S. Less than 6 million people are looking for work. No wonder it's hard to find qualified hourly employees. Let me suggest JobGet.com, the unique way for you to connect with qualified job seekers. Now, with other hiring sites, you get resumes from candidates who don't meet the criteria, aren't near you, or are hard to reach. JobGet is different. Your top candidates already have the skills you need. You're only talking to workers in your area, office assistants, managers, cleaning, maintenance, receptionists, sales associates, retail, even dog attendants. First, with one click, and most employers get their first applicant within minutes. Businesses report 10 times better hiring conversions on JobGet, and you save 20% per job post.
I very, very little to put that people give me. I'm a very big proponent of it, but it's just that I'm not a big
Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, double. The cash back for trips, restaurants, all double. Seriously though, keep time to check it out for yourself at discover.com/Matt. Live from the Hayes bedroom, another eventful night for the curious Ron Stevens and struggling with his feet. His wife Michelle is trying to leave the rain, but still throws an elbow. He's waiting for the couch. You should get inspired. Absolutely, Bruce. Inspires of sleep apnea treatment to give you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no home. Just learn more at InspiredSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see what's right for you and review important safety information at InspiredSleep.com.
Move forward with local and veteran-owned Zipper Solar. Visit ZipperSolar.com.
KFI.
640.
And iHeart Radio station.
Download the free radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. This is your wake-up call for a Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. SoCal's about to get another soaking with the National Weather Service saying the rain should arrive after midnight with lows in the mid-50s. City workers have removed fencing around Echo Park Lake where homeless people once lived. That fence was installed a couple of years ago after about 200 homeless people.
And I just signed up for that, and essentially once an hour or so I'm able to kind of draw near it.
Three students and 3 adults at an elementary school was heavily armed. And that takes us right into our interview this morning with John Cohen, ABC News consultant and former counterterrorism coordinator at the Department of Homeland Security. John, good morning. When I read this stat last night, I had to reread it. There have been more mass shootings this year than days so far in 2023.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and this is part of a multi-year trend. I mean, we are literally in an epidemic of mass shootings in this country, and we have been for several years. And they're really driven by three primary factors. One, there's a growing number of individuals in our society who have come to believe that violence is an acceptable way to express their anger, their disagreement with others, whether they be political or religious views, opposition to government programs. They view violence, particularly mass shootings, as a way to resolve personal disputes or grievances. Secondly, the public discourse in our country becomes so toxic, polarized, and angry. And we view those who disagree with us increasingly as the enemy, with increasing references to violence in our political discourse. And finally, fueling all of this is an online ecosystem, social media, other internet communication platforms that are saturated with violence, grievance, online content intended to inspire and instruct people how to conduct attacks. And that's the environment we're in. And that's why we're experiencing shootings such as tragic one in Nashville yesterday on a way too frequent basis. I was looking through a story that was put out by the ABC station in New York, and it listed some of the, I guess, largest mass shootings, you could say, from Nashville, the Michigan State, then I see Oakland, Half Moon Bay, Monterey Park, Utah, Huntsville, Alabama. But I was thinking, my gosh, three
no,
that are listed on this one right here in California. And I guess maybe that's why when we hear of a mass shooting that takes place in Nashville, it is way too close to home for us. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I often get asked, are there specific types of communities that are more successful than others? And the answer to that, unfortunately, is no. We've seen these shootings occur in small towns and large cities. We've seen government facilities targeted, churches targeted, synagogues targeted, supermarkets targeted. It really requires, I've been in law enforcement close to 38 years now, and it really requires us to start thinking differently about how we understand the threat environment, how we look at intelligence, how we work to prevent these types of acts. We often hear that computers are not on the radar screen. That's just not true. What we have found in looking at these attacks is they do exhibit behavior that cause concern in the community, among family members, and at times these concerns are even reported to law enforcement. Cities like Los Angeles, quite frankly, are doing a really good job to improve their ability to understand the risks that a person comes to their attention towards. We need to do their national risk to employ the same tools and strategies that Los Angeles is employing on a consistent basis. I want to go back to what you were saying about, the different communities, and is there one certain type? When you look at this list, and I'm looking at it,
when this becomes a thing, trust me, I think I'm going to do a
like, oh, that's a conservative place or something like that. I mean, Nashville's this is a little purple there if you think about it, but Oakland, a very, liberal city, Half Moon Bay, I mean, anything in the Bay Area can lean a little left. So let's just say that Nashville leans a little right. You're right. It does not seem to matter even what the political sway is or what the political views are of the majority in these communities. It's this one person that's in these communities that makes the difference. And from where did the woman in this shooting, where did her hatred stem from? Was it from her childhood? Was it that she was harboring anger toward the school that she went to when she was a child? Or was it that she learned everything online? And we'll never know now. Well, I think what we will find is it will be a combination of both. I think you raise a really good point. In law enforcement and homeland security, we tend to look at trying to define a singular motive.
I don't understand why I can't, it's probably an SEC thing, but if I'm not in business, essentially, I don't know why I can't get financial advice.
Today, tomorrow, the next day, that there were a number of ideological or policy issues that justified the use of violence to this person. But we're also going to find that there were very personal behavioral health or even personal grievances, personal grievances.
That idea is really outdated to me to say not financial advice. Because frankly, everything could be interpreted as financial advice. It's sensible.
All right. Thank you
so I don't understand.
Time, John. I wish we had longer.
Exactly.
Thanks. See you later.
So, I don't know. That's something.
John Cohen. And again, today we're going to be obviously watching for any news conferences they come out of Nashville if and when they do happen. If it's during our show, we'll bring it to you live. Because I think, I don't know, that's just it. Now you hear about the shooting, and again, it's the shock. Then you hear about who the victims are, and then it's the shock. And then you find out who the shooter is, or was, in this case. And then you need to know why.
I agree. I have always been someone who thinks 10 years stock the way to go, as opposed to your general viewership. And the reason why is because your viewership can definitely lose their investment. With 10 stock, not to say they can't either, but the payoff is so great. I mean, for like, you can triple, quadruple, and then get into the hundreds and perhaps thousands of multipliers with 10 stocks.
Now, witness reported seeing the guy bleeding from the head. They told police the injured man was able to grab the attacker's arm, and a witness helped tackle the guy. He got away, but they later arrested him. The former head of Metro in LA has withdrawn his nomination to lead the FAA, so Washington says he no longer saw a respectful, civil, and viable path forward to a Senate confirmation. Now, some lawmakers claim Washington had no aviation safety experience and was tied to a corruption investigation involving Metro and some no-bid contracts. But after leaving Metro in 2021, Washington became the CEO of Denver International Airport. Officials are investigating a train derailment in San Bernardino County. Fire officials say no passengers were aboard the Union Pacific train yesterday, but multiple cars containing iron ore derailed. A locomotive had a minor leak. San Bernardino County Fire says there is no threat to the public. LA County has started painting a colorful mural on a lifeguard tower in Torrance to promote autism and special needs awareness. Department of Beaches and Harbors Director Gary Jones says lifeguards respond to thousands of emergencies every year.
The lifeguards who are assigned to the more than 150 towers on LA County beaches, it's important that they can respond appropriately and with sensitivity to beach goers with varying and special needs.
The lifeguard tower at Torrance Beach will be painted by autism spectrum disorder and special needs volunteers. The permanent mural will be ready by Sunday for World Autism Awareness. The clock's an hour forward for the very last time. Unlike Europe, people in Greenland will not observe daylight saving time anymore. Greenland voted on it last year, and it will
right. So when that goes down, why don't you call me and we'll get you set up on Discord using OBS.
All IT business is a mess. It's like when one region goes, oh yeah, we're going to set the clock back, and then the region right next to it, no, we're not. So God forbid you cross a state line or you go into a different country here, like this in Europe, and you're going to be, now wait, what time is it? Honey, are we all right, well,
then I'm going to do my best to sleep. If I'm asleep, call me, and I'm, okay, excellent. So we got a plan?
Come back. Home prices have climbed for the first time in SoCal since last May.
We'll get a line, and then you'll be streaming the Discord just like I am right now, and I'll see you in about 8 hours, okay?
We'll get into that in just a second.
Michael Bass, you're the best. You take care. Bye-bye.
Girls in Afghanistan
He's a very nice person.
Elon Musk.
You're telling me straight up, as your friend.
In the meantime, let's get a look at that drive.
You gotta take
and checking out the side.
A bigger leader had been free out of commerce and East LA on 5 miles down from before the 710 before High Coast down 10 LA and the 101. Goes down 101 off 5, so going past the 10 down the Medina freeway, make way over 110. 110 north to south LA, and we still going free right now. It's long night, make way over Standard. And the 10 west Santa Monica freeway, 53 traffic downtown LA, off the 16 to head over 110. So you're buying the sales, getting there faster. I'm Nick Hollywood. If you own a small business and you got through COVID and you were able to retain 5 or more employees, you could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to 20refunds.com. You answer a few questions, just under 10 minutes, and you'll see if your business qualifies for this tax refund. There's no charge up front. They don't get paid until your business gets paid. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those at the CPP and nonprofits, even if you've had increases in sales during COVID. They are experts in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they've already returned over $3 billion to businesses. In my business, a 6-figure refund. So to find out if your business qualifies, go to getrefunds.com.
me button. It only takes a few minutes. Go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com. Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com. This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. This is Doug Alvin. Here's what's trending with the iHeart Sports Network. Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. The Clippers wrapped up their homestand with a win over the Bulls. The Lakers will take on Chicago tomorrow. They're clinging to a play-in spot in the Southwestern Conference. Baseball's opening day is Thursday. The Dodgers will host the Diamondbacks. The Angels will visit the A's. Former Rams safety Taylor Rapp is signing with the Bills, and the women's Final Four is now set. The men's Final Four will start on Saturday.
Here's an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
John here. You've heard me talk for years about cutting dental, Southern California's premier dental practice. They're pioneers of the all-on-4 tooth-in-a-day procedure. Plus, they can handle all your dental needs, from bridges, braces, fillings, cleaning, root canals, cosmetic dentistry, and more. If you're scared of the dentist like I was, for an X-ray, 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE. Prescriptions apart.
The bills start coming and they don't stop. Medical bills, dental bills, car repairs, renters due. Funds people need that you just don't have. As a nonprofit, JFLA has been helping people overcome financial challenges since 1904. We provide zero-interest, no-fee loans so that emergencies don't mean financial ruin. Support our efforts and learn more at jfla.org. You need to loan yourself? We're here for you at jfla.org.
Get ready for iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert to celebrate their announcement of the Rhapsody Tour 2023, featuring a career-spanning set list with wall-to-wall immortal anthems. Encouraging tours, if I could put it that way. So you want to go where people want you. Tour tickets on sale Friday at LiveNation.com. Don't miss iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert. Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, on the free iHeartRadio app's Classic Rock channel. Portions of the following program will be recorded. Ground completely saturated, potholes beyond comprehension. I mean, if you see what looks like a puddle of water, that is a pothole that goes down 18 feet. Stay the hell away from that. And that's what I'm doing, man. I slow down and circle around it really carefully. They'll handle it like an obstacle course. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Sally, have you ever seen Def Leppard in concert? Oh my God. You know what I think is cool about Def Leppard is, admittedly, as you get older, your voice drops a little bit, and so Joe, lead singer, doesn't have quite the range maybe that he used to have. But if you looked at a concert from, I don't know, 10 years ago to today, same freaking stuff. The only thing that has changed is you can tell that the keys have dropped a little bit. No, but I'm impressed. There's some, have you gone to a concert ever where it's you say it's an 80s band or something, and you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have come because I wanted to remember you the way that you were. I needed that from my childhood, from my memories, because you're reminding me that I too have aged. Now with Def Leppard, I'm telling you. Alright, that's on our bucket list, Tyler. I'm in. Alright, I'm going to do a search for that. Is it going to come to LA? I don't know. We usually perform with somebody fun like Poison or Journey or something like that. It's a great. Hi, get caught up in the music. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. We're going to get a soaking starting after midnight. SoCal 60 up to a half an inch of rain actually overnight into tomorrow. Snow in the mountains as well, and so that could affect your drive if you're heading over the Grapevine. Snow could be as low as 3,500 feet, so removed the fencing around Echo Park Lake where homeless people once lived. That fence was installed 2 years ago after about 200 homeless people were moved out of the park. And we're keeping an eye, obviously, on what's developing in Nashville, Tennessee, where a transgender woman who killed 3 students and 3 adults at an elementary school, they say was heavily armed. Apparently she had a manifesto, and we're hoping that they release more information today just so we can get this. Wow. It's so senseless, no matter what. But, maybe we can at least, find out from where her anger came. Let's get into your biz bites this morning. So, have you zeroed your house recently? I just did, don't do it. But what do you mean I lost $3,000 since I bought this house 6 months ago? Don't worry. Home prices are climbing for the first time in Southern California since last May. But Ventura County is going against the trend. The average existing home in Southern California sold for $745,000 in February. That represents a month-to-month increase of nearly 1% compared to January. Homes sold for more in San Diego, San Bernardino, and Riverside County, but the median sale price actually went down last month in Ventura, Los Angeles, and Orange counties. In Ventura County, the average home sold for $815,000 in January, but then was down to $805,000 in February. In February of last year, the median home sale price in Ventura County was $887,500. That's a 9.3% year-over-year price change, which is the largest of any in the 6 Southern California counties. All right, as I mentioned earlier, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, says that his company will start laying off staff this week. There was an email that went out, a memo yesterday that talked about 7,000 job cuts. Now, he says these job cuts will come in 3 waves. The first round will start this week, so managers will soon start to notify all of their impacted employees. Then you've got the second round that'll come in April. Several thousand staffers, he says, will be let go then. And then we've got a third round of layoffs that will happen, all he's saying is at the beginning of summer. We're not specifying that one. But he says that in total, this will be 7,000 jobs. Now, overall, if you look, Disney's got 220,000 workers. So this is about 3% of its global workforce. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. However, if you're one of those things, Chipotle has agreed to pay its ex-employees after it closed the stores that tried to unionize. It's a settlement payout, which is based on, I guess, pay rates and bonuses and seniority, that kind of thing. That'll range between $5,800 to more than $21,000 for each of the employees who were impacted. Chipotle did not admit wrongdoing as part of the settlement and has denied all the allegations. But union busting was behind this decision to close these different locations last July, but they settled the case nonetheless. Are you a State Farm insurance customer? Because if you are, State Farm, which is California's largest vehicle insurer, is raising its rate for 3.7 million policyholders. Now, the insurance premiums that were declined during the pandemic pointed out that the State Department of Insurance rates no longer reflected, the reality of our cars just sitting in our driveways, right? Well, now the insurance commissioner, Ricardo Lara, has approved these rate increases now that everybody's going back to work. Most recently, he said, State Farm, there you go, I grant you your request to raise the premium by a total of $264 million. So that's about $70 per policyholder. And I know you're thinking, all right, well, over a year, $70 can make that big of a difference. If you're somebody who's on a fixed income, sure it will. What if you're a family and you've got, I don't know, say mom, dad, you've got a kid or 2 driving cars, so now multiply that by 4. The insurers say that the higher rates are just because of the greater risk of most people being back on the streets and freeways. Now we have Elon Musk news. First off, it says there was a group of girls in Afghanistan. They called on Elon Musk to help them access the internet. ABC's and Ezra Secura says the girls want help with online learning. They're posting requests for help on Twitter, which Musk owns. One girl writing posts that they would be able to introduce that in Afghanistan, it would be very, very impactful for women. Now, they want Musk to introduce a satellite internet service, Starlink, to Afghanistan, just like he's done for Ukraine and Iran. The Taliban has closed girls' high schools and barred their access to universities. A little brouhaha between Captain Kirk and Elon Musk. So Elon Musk and William Shatner clashed on Twitter over the weekend when William Shatner complained about being forced to pay to keep his blue check mark on the platform. So he puts out this tweet on Saturday, and he says, "Hey, at Elon Musk, what's this about blue checks going away unless we pay Twitter? But can't you hear it in that William Shatner's voice? Because I've been here for 15 years giving my time and witty thoughts all for buses. Now you're telling me that I have to pay for something you gave me for free?" And then Elon Musk responds, which is his name. He says, "It's just about treating everyone equally. There shouldn't be a different standard for celebrities." That is true, Elon. However, if it's somebody like William Shatner, who has a gazillion followers, it's like that, that's the real number, gazillion, wouldn't it be smart, if you're thinking in business terms, what if you went to these celebrities who had a bazillion followers, and you looked at them as a way to monetize? So you said, "Hey, William Shatner, I have an idea. Elon, I hope you're listening. You can take this from me. I just want the finance fee for it. What if you said, "Hey, William, you don't have to pay. In exchange, can I put a little ad at the top of your account?" I mean, Elon wants his money, I get it. And William Shatner says, "What the heck? I've been doing this for 15 years. I don't want to pay." Okay, so let's work something out. Elon, you still make your money. William, you don't have to, pay for your blue verified check, right? But then, I don't know, William Shatner, and then on there's a little button that links you to, I don't know, what's William Shatner a fan of? I have no idea. You like space? Okay, there's a link to ROTHSCHILD, who has all of his books, ROTHSCHILD books. What if you could do something like that?
I think this feud's going to last longer than you're giving credit for, because remember, William Shatner went to space on Blue Origin, so he's an Amazon guy.
I forgot about that. Good call, Tyler. I don't know, I just feel like this one, Elon Musk has an opportunity here to capitalize on something. And instead, he's going to get in a tinkling contest with William Shatner. Come on.
Of course,
He would. Did you know the Dodgers are adding a post-game drone show on June 16th after the Dodgers-Giants game, July 7th after the Freeway Series matchup against the Angels, and September 22nd is the final drone show after the game against the Giants. I just found out, I told you I bought into season tickets with a big group of people, and Amy King being one of them. And I finally found out what my games are. And I said, so everybody puts in, what games they want, right? And I said, I don't care. You can give me any game, I only have two. It was expensive, you guys. So only got two. But I said, I don't care. You can give me any game as long as one of my two games this year is Dodgers Giants. So I got my list, and which games did I get? I got one against the Cardinals, whatever. But then I got the last Dodgers Giants game in September. Happy birthday to me. I'm going to that game, and the Dodgers will win. And push the Giants. KFI, KOSC, HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. Your SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like we've got a rainy day ahead, so it's going to be gray until after midnight. That's when the rain should start. We could see a half an inch of rain up until tomorrow morning. Then it looks like we could see snow in the mountains Wednesday and Thursday, and then drying out and warming up into the 60s for the weekend. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This is then your wake-up call. Let's get a look at this Caltrans work on the 71 in Pomona. We're going to look at the drivers thanks to the heads up from Bill on the SoCal traffic, or the KFI traffic zip line. Time to presume the cell phone keyword is KFI traffic. As you mentioned, northbound along the 71 is to achieve the reopening. We'll keep you posted here on KFI. 71 northbound Mission Boulevard at 12 to 10. All lanes were shut down through the weekend and through yesterday. And there's still a mess for you heading northbound on the 71. And you're coming away from as far back as the 60. Also seeing some heavy delays here on the 60 westbound from Central, much busier than the 71, but it's busy for you. Central to continue the time bar to the 57. Seeing delays on the 57 southbound I Pomona with the Temple as you make it through the Bray Canyon area. So Pathfinder also busier than the 71. Westbound side of the 10, that'll be a slow going drive for you as you come away from before Euclid around 4th maybe, coming through the Upland area, getting out of Ontario. That'll be the day you want to go on the Fairplex. For the west on the 10, not too bad. You will see a few delays through West Arena and Baldwin Park from Pacific Gateway, so the 605 to the westbound as well, through the 10 west through the SUV Gateway Rail Valley, to be from before 7 to the head first 605. Okay, if I'm the guy who gets there faster, I'm in Polio Street. You're looking to get out of your house, and you have to sold it, maybe no chance to sell it. It's probably that. You don't have to look up. But those days are gone. Values are flat and even going down. So, okay, time to go. Now, what do? Well, you hire a broker, right? Pay 6%. Paint, clean, repair. Let the fires walk through. You can't be there. It's spotless. I mean, it's not easy. There's a lot of hassle. With directfires.com, there's none of that hassle. No commission. No one walks through your house. Live like the slob that you are. And you get paid in cash fast, within 10 days or not, 10 days or less, and you get a fair price. That's directfires.com. They'll even get you a $15,000 cash advance before closing to help with your move, and they will never lowball you. Go to directfires, 844-242-SELL, or visit directfires.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? These are real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Justin Dowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, is the largest timeshare company in federal court, and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get the timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900. This is Jacob and Ronnie. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB. When something happens in the KFI studios, check it out on our socials at KFI AM 640 before somebody makes us take it down. How is a Jew, and we're talking about David, who of course is Jewish, how do you create a statue of a Jew that is not circumcised? What a picture of David! That is so offensive! And now, Handle on the news. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Handle. Good morning, everybody. Tuesday morning, March 28th. Another day in paradise. So we enter day number 2 of the week. And it's dry. Rain comes in, I think, starting tonight. Very exciting. What is it? The 12th or 13th atmospheric river coming in. We're looking at 2 inches of rain, possibly, starting later on today. Hello to one and all. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
And Wayne, good morning. Good morning. And we are producing crew. And good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
There you go. Good morning. The week 4 we found happy, right? Yes. Michelle, good morning.
Morning.
All right, let's have an ETA. When do you think Ann is going to be here by yourself without the benefit of you? Everyone, we're all here. Of course, lead story this morning is going to be about what happened yesterday. You know, matter of fact, let's just do it. Handle on the news. Jennifer, Wayne, and me. Lead story. And it is about the Nashville shooter yesterday. Killed 6 people, 3 of them 9-year-olds, and 3 adults, 1 custodian, 1 head of the school, and a substitute teacher. And as I said, I've got a lot more to say at 7 o'clock and analyze, of course, why, again. And I want you to know a few things. You're not hearing much thoughts and prayers language. It's not being reported. You're not hearing a lot of that. You're also not hearing a lot of gun control language. And I'll explain later on. And I'll tell you the surprising news. The real surprising news is we're making a big deal out of it. I'm shocked that it isn't 6 people killed yesterday, 3 kids, and now to ongoing news, a storm is coming in, and to move on with the news, just another news item before you get to something important. And that is the weather coming tonight. That's where we come. Shock. It actually is the lead story. Come on, that's not important. Or let me put it this way. Important it is, but it's not that newsworthy. The weather is far more newsworthy. State Farm, our insurance rate, boy, that's newsworthy. Only 6 people? Come on, look at Uvalde. Look at Monterey Park. I mean, those are shootings. Aren't we proud? All right, I've got a lot more to say at 7 o'clock, obviously. And not just the anger of the shooting, but our response and what's going to happen, of course, is just nothing, and why. And why you hear the gun advocates just shutting up. You know why? Because they can't. If I were a gun control, anti-gun control, I'd say you're handling it absolutely right. Just shut up. Don't comment. Don't say anything. Just shut up. And you've already won. Why get people pissed off? Just smile. And all you have to do, literally all you have to do, is whenever a gun control measure is introduced, you file a lawsuit, it's one line. SB 1206, whatever it is, violates the Second Amendment. You're done. That's your entire response. And you've won the case. Okay, let's move on. We'll do more at 7 o'clock.
A couple of things that I'm going to be watching for today, obviously, is a new news conference that comes out, and we can bring that to you. But also, so there was a manifesto that the shooter left. But there were also some Instagram messages that went to a friend of hers. So apparently, on Monday, just before the shooting, he sent messages to this friend. And in one of these Instagram messages, it says, "One day this will make sense. I've left behind more than enough evidence, but something bad is about to happen." So this friend apparently called the cops. And where in this, who dropped the ball? Was it that the friend said, "I don't think this is that big of a deal," and concluded and said, "Maybe my friend does, who knows, maybe my friend does this on side." Was it the person who took the call? Who didn't take it seriously enough? Was it passed on to somebody?
What? Did they drop the ball?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they responded pretty quickly.
Well, no, the responding officers, yes. What I'm saying is this person called the cops prior to the shooting.
And the cops did nothing until we know now.
No, that's what I'm saying. So the responding officers are getting all the praise, especially the two that went in there and they're just shot at and whatever, and they still went in and what they call neutralize the shooter. But it's just prior to it. These Instagram messages that I was talking with Jim Ryan about earlier today, and that's the timeline that we're focused on right now is when did these messages get there, who dropped the ball, if anybody, and what did they not know? One of the stories I just saw just popped up 15 minutes ago says that the friend got an Instagram message at about 9:55. So like, and that's going back and forth with this person on the Instagram messages for a few minutes, but then apparently at about 10:05 is when she called into the suicide hotline, and she called the which is minutes before the shooting happened. 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if any of the messages she said where she was. Right, because we don't have all of those yet. But that's another thing I'm super interested in. How specific? What was the specificity in these messages? Bill, you said, nobody is like talking about thoughts and prayers, and nobody's talking about gun control right now, except the president did appear at a function at the White House yesterday. It was a gathering of women-owned businesses. I don't think that's the way it should be said. That implies that entities, like corporate entities, showed up at the White House of women who own businesses. And he did make another call for an assault weapons ban, but that's not really the news. The news is what he said before his comments about the Nashville shooting, and his comments after what he said about it, both of which pertained to ice cream. The problem, he knew that he was going to speak to what happened in Nashville, and yet when he appeared at this event, he made a joke about, he said that, I'm only here because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. They didn't have to talk about what happened, and that he wants an assault weapons ban, and then later, he returned to his apparently favorite subject, ice cream, and he told the crowd, if I was allowed to take you upstairs, you got a whole freezer full of Jenny's chocolate chip ice cream. And then he said, it's pretty dull when you've been in public life as long as I have, and you know for two things, chocolate chip ice cream and Ray-Ban sunglasses, but what the hell? And then there was somebody from Jenny's ice cream in the crowd, and he gave that person a specific shout out. So people are going like, what was he thinking? And is not a cognitive problem or something else? And also, is he getting paid by Jenny's ice cream? Yeah, crazy. I mean, just very bad option. Very, very poor. All right, we'll do that. Take a break. Jennifer Tillman, free live with KFI 24 hours. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has paused his plan to restrict the Jewish state's judicial system, and protesters have all but paralyzed Israel. There's a new study that estimates the world's population could peak at 8.5 billion sometime in the 2050s. The United Nations Population Division reported the world's population reached 8 billion in November, and, so listen closely, the jackpot portion of the Mega Millions lottery drawing is up to $322 million. If you take that lump sum cash option, it's worth more than $174 million. Your SoCal weather from KFI. It's a great day with the rain starting after midnight and highs just around 60. This report is brought to you by your Simple Store. From the Southern California Toyota dealers, shopping center, let's go places like the 210. I'm not 57. I'm really just going to sit around and for you earlier avenue. Losing up beyond the 605, but keep a little bit busy for you again. I'm in Lopia from Huntington, which is continuing forward station in the Sierra Madre. What's on 10 all three busy for you through the SUV and the Valley. It's coming out of Salinas, heading to Baldwin Park, so the 2 after this go around close to the 605. Looks like on the 10 west after 605, you got a couple of cars close to the right shoulder. And package going clear overall on the westbound side of the 60. Out of Cedar leaving Ramona Avenue, the opposite 270 Diamond Bar, to Commerce, you can head closer to 605. So you'll find the channel, it's faster. I'm in calling your team. During Pickle Feature Blues, the feature team in, what do you think? Like 20% on all Crayola sauce. Plus 24 pack cases of soup-free bottled water, only $3.99. Kids store only, offer in 4-1 water supply flyers. Put up one-on-one. Help your favorite feature stock their classroom at Staples. This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Bring back to life at Whole Foods Market. Get 5 yellow mangoes for just $4.50 with Prime through March 28th. Brighten up your smoothies and salads and count on this deal now. Well, the 5 box. Shop in store or online. Turn to the box. A light storage system is a filtered and delicious water straight from every tap in the house. It filters out the chlorine and contaminants while retaining healthy minerals, and there's no filter system ever maintenance-free. New customers get a free HEPA-Pure antibacterial filter that's worth $825. This ends March 31st. Call 800-803-2696. Visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water, taste and feel the difference. It's about time small businesses like yours got the help you deserve. GetRefunds.com can find out if your business qualifies for ERC assistance in less than 8 minutes and may be eligible for up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started. That's GetRefunds.com. Hey, somebody else today to replace your old leaky windows with new, affordable, custom-made windows. Do it once,
Do it right with American Vision windows. With all the rain and all this crazy snow, now is the time to upgrade your windows. We replaced our worst windows with American Vision windows. We're thrilled with the results of these things after stuff. They use sun-matrix technology to prevent dust, mold, moisture, bacteria, and excessive sound from getting in your house. You know the owners, Bill and Kathleen, they started American Vision windows because they had a horrible experience replacing their own windows decades ago. So get the value you deserve until 2024. 0% interest, 0 payments for 12 months plus free installation. USLB number 778-326. Trust the window companies that I trust. My family and friends trust American Vision Windows. Call today to get up the estimate 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com. For real? To a dollar? Come out to Dodger Stadium on April 3rd when the Dodgers take on the Rockies. To be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance. Choose.com/promotion.
U.S. Bank is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction with retail banking in California by J.D. Power. Since California has home to most awards shows, we prepare to thank you too. To Californians everywhere, we've been proud to help you plan, budget, and save smarter. Our gold tracking and budgeting tools would have no place to shine if it weren't for you, and we can't thank you enough for that. And thank you to our real-life humans who go above and beyond for our customers every day. For JD Power 2022 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Member FDIC. Pray that calms meditative spirit podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, feel well.
Close your eyes. Ask God to help you and open yourself to the Holy Spirit.
Listen to meditative prayer on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't worry. Experiencing homeless. The article online says, appear to be unhoused. Is that no good either? Appear to be unhoused. It's like you experience an asthma attack. They're not experiencing homelessness. John and Care. I'm not enjoying the world at this moment. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Somebody told me KFI, AM 640 handle here. Tuesday morning, March 28th, we continue handle on the news. Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
I was just talking about this. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has caused a plan to restrict the state's judicial system because, protests paralyze the country.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to do more of that. That's what.
Yes, they wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, there is a world to this. And Netanyahu is, well, I'll explain how the politics work, explain what's going on. It's definitely a lot of friends in Israel, and we're in touch with a lot going on. So that's 7 points.
Well, Russia says they are going to start to deploy tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus, which is on the northern border of Ukraine. And the United States response to that is, we're not sure they even really are going to do it, and we're not that worried about it, and we're not changing anything about our position on it. They already have, according to Russia. I mean, everything's coming, all the information is coming from Russia, so take it with a grain of course, but they said they already have 10 fighter jets that can carry tactical nukes in Belarus, and they're going to put some of these hypersonic missiles that can carry a nuclear ship in Belarus as well. And he also said, I'm just doing what NATO does. Yeah, which is true. NATO has a bunch of weapons. I don't know if they have nuclear weapons there. I don't know, but he said, we have nuclear weapons, or you have, that can be launched against us. And then the analogy is, well, how about launching against the United States? Last time anybody tried to put nuclear weapons within range, or at least in those days within range of the United States, was 19. Didn't go well for Russia at all on that one. Although that didn't go so well for us either. It went pretty well. We came within a hair's breadth of going to war, and probably even atomic war. You know that when Kennedy was sitting down with the Joint Chiefs, they were talking about this, they called it, virtually every single one voted for war with Cuba. It was Kennedy that pulled back. And the negotiations were back channel.
and led by Robert Kennedy. It was crazy. The blockade, and that was insane. But you have to give JFK a lot of credit for that. I remember I was actually around. I was young, but I do remember how nuts it was, how close we came to a nuclear confrontation with Russia. With the Khrushchev, JFK. Okay.
All right, officials are looking into the train derailment in San Bernardino County, and if you see the overhead pictures, it looks like a moonscape or something. It's hard to even see that this was a train at any point. Fire officials say there were no passengers on the Union Pacific train yesterday, but multiple cars had iron ore, and those are the cars that derailed. The locomotive had a minor leak, but apparently there's no threat to the public. But it's just the photos, overhead photos, you can't tell that was a train.
They're probably not going to go to the train repair shop to fix these
scrap metal, yeah.
Scrap metal, yeah, pretty much. I've never seen anything like it in terms of train derailment, but it's just out there in the orphan land and iron coal, so no injuries, thank goodness.
Well, Sacramento has approved the anti-oil company price gouging bill that Houston wants. It doesn't do exactly what he wanted, but it opens the door down the road, maybe after a lot of government studies and committees, to do what he wants, which is to limit how much profit they can make and punish them if they make too much profit. I know at 7:30, you're going to break this apart and get into detail about what's going on with this bill and with what the governor wants to do with the oil company.
And bottom line is the oil companies are saying it's California policy, it's the special blend that we do, it's the lack of the inability to build more refineries, and those that on a favored bill say, yeah, all of that is true, but it doesn't come close to what it costs for gasoline here. And so, yeah, more at 7:30 on that one.
In Echo Park, they're finally taking down that fencing. This is 2 years after they put it up when they removed 200 homeless people out of the park. And now, apparently, Soto Martinez said he's not going to allow the park to return to how it was. And apparently, every day, outreach workers and service providers will be at the park to make sure that these homeless, that giant homeless encampment doesn't pop up again.
And they spent a lot of money cleaning it up.
2 years that fence was up. 2 years.
To believe this, they removed 35 tons of solid waste.
Yeah. Remember they were in hazmat suits and stuff when they went in? Well, Elon Musk's Twitter is a bastion of free speech, where you are not going to be censored, unless Twitter gets sued by cops. Now, they're not getting directly sued by cops, but as you know, 3 LAPD officers and the police union are suing a guy who has a website and a Twitter account called killercop.com, where he is being sued, and Twitter received a cease and desist letter in connection with this effort, saying that the Twitter account was promoting or inciting violence against police officers. And Twitter said, okay, very good, the account is gone. Steve broke that story. Remember we talked about that a few days ago, about this account and this guy who got a Freedom of Information Act. He had filed that, got the information. Michael Moore, the chief, said we made a mistake in releasing way too much information under the Freedom of Information Act. And they had the Stephen Sutcliffe went on the internet and produced all this private information about those. I want to clarify, mainly because you're giving Sutcliffe too much credit. There was another organization called Stop LAPD Fine. They made the request and got the thing, and then this guy swooped in and said, oh, now that you went and got it, I'll fix some too.
All right, so there was something in the middle. I can't correct it. But in the end, what he did was publish that information and said that it really was satire when he asked for harm to be done or achieved.
That bounty was about, bounty for officers. He said he's trying to satirize the way cops are when they want to get a fugitive type. Twitter did not agree. 6.9%. That is the increase that will be coming to State Farm customers because the insurance commissioner in California said, yep, more cars are on the roadways than there were during the pandemic. So State Farm, I grant you this basically $71 per policy increase for drivers in California. And if you think about it, $71 for one person over a year, maybe you're not going to see it unless you're on a fixed income or unless, what if you're a mom or dad, you've got a couple of kids driving, that's making an impact. Of course it is. But what do they do? I mean, think about this. With the cost of car repairs, the cost of replacing cars when they are stolen, collisions, personal injury cases, where were the decreases in our policies, though, when all of us were not driving and our cars were sitting at home? Did we see a 6.9% decrease? No, I don't know if they decreased or not. I don't know the answer. I'm pretty sure they did not. Yeah, I got a little bit of a refund. Did you? Yeah, I can't remember how much it was, but it was maybe 10% of my premium. Yeah, but that 10%, that 10% is less than the 6.9% of the increase. So actually, you did okay. Yeah, you did okay. And so, and the 6.9 is very interesting. The 6.9, and I had heard that is the maximum that the insurance commissioner can allow to be raised without a hearing. That is the max, and that's exactly what the insurance companies got. All right, we'll take a break, come back, and more handle on the news. First, Jennifer Jones-Lee live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. President Biden ordered flags at the White House and other federal buildings to be flown at half-staff to honor the victims of yesterday's school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. 3 children and 3 adults were killed when the shooter shot up a private Christian school. It was a 28-year-old shooter who had 2 assault-style weapons and then eventually was shot and killed by officers. Tennessee's Teacher of the Year has pleaded with lawmakers to do something to end school shootings. Melissa Collins says her heart hurts for the 6 prominent school children and adults who were killed yesterday. I don't care. And he has to be ignored. My hands are full because I am carrying our people. He says it's time to come together to create stricter gun control laws. News is brought to you by Sweet James Accident Attorney. Volunteers are painting a lifeguard tower in Florence Beach with red, gold, and blue hearts to promote autism awareness. First responders want to make sure every day is a safe day for your kids. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn says that child with autism may require different help than other kids. Child with autism may not respond to verbal commands. They may not acknowledge pain or run away after being rescued. LA County Fire Chief Anthony Maroney says the mural is part of the county's Silence the Siren program. Throughout this week, autism and special needs individuals and their families will help us complete this our artwork. The mural is expected to be complete by Sunday for World Autism Awareness Day at Florence Beach. Corbin Carson, KFIU. A new poll shows fewer Americans are prioritizing traditional values like religion, patriotism, and having children. The Wall Street Journal poll shows under 40% of Americans say patriotism is very important compared to 70% in 1998. A similar number said the same about religion. The number of people who said hard work, having children, and community involvement are important has also fallen. The only thing the poll showed actually grew in importance: money, up from 31% in 1998 to 43% this year. Tolerance for others fell from 80% 4 years ago to 58% now. Now, if you don't like that, Mark Ronner, KFI News. A group of girls in Afghanistan has asked Elon Musk to help them access the internet. ABC's Annette Taylor said, girls who are helpers online money. They're posting requests for help on Twitter. Musk owns one girl writing, quote, they would be able to introduce that in Afghanistan, it would be very, very impactful for women. They want Musk to introduce its satellite internet service Starlink to Afghanistan, just like he's done for Ukraine and Iran. A landslide in Ecuador has killed at least 7 people. Dozens more are missing. The slide yesterday happened in a small city in the Andean Mountains. At least 40 houses were completely destroyed, and rescuers are still trying to find survivors. And do you feel irreplaceable at work? Well, a new report shows 66% of managers would gladly replace employees with AI. That is, as long as the technology can do comparable work. 7 in 10 managers in the Beautiful AI study said the main reason would be it would lower payroll costs dramatically. 95% of companies say they're already starting to use AI in some form. People who work in California could be in for a double whammy because it has the largest number of at-risk jobs. The top 10 jobs in the U.S. most at risk: cashier, customer service rep, bookkeeper, IT support, billing clerk, HR assistant, paralegal assistant, compliance officer, claims assessor, and executive assistant. Please clean. KFI News. We'll get a look at your drive with DKFI in the sky after Sports with Wayne. Mike Trout scored first in last night's Dodgers Angels Freeway Series Game 2.
There goes Ward. On the clock on the center field. Royal hit. That goes Thompson to the wall. It is gone. A home run. Mike Trout, 2-run home run. His first home run of the spring.
The Halos went on to win by a score 5-4, and that series concludes today at 6. Ryan Pepio will start for the Dodgers. The Halos have Reed Detmer set to go. You can hear the action in HD on the iHeartRadio app live from the Galpin Motors broadcast booth. In hockey, the Anaheim Ducks were buried by the Colorado Avalanche in a 5-1 defeat. The LA Kings versus Calgary Flames at 6. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. How much do you think your house is worth? A ton of money because of the increase in prices over the last couple of years. How much do you think it's worth next year? Not the same or less. So if you're looking to pull money out of your house, borrow against your home, if you need $75,000 or more, let me suggest HMS Capital. They'll help you do that. Lowest rates out there. I mean, they're good at that, and their service is impeccable. And how do I know? I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital over the years. No appraisal or credit report fees to apply for. HMS Capital, strong recommendation there. Call 833-255-5698. That's 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com. That's hmscapital.com. SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a rainy day ahead. After midnight is when we should start to see the heavy rain coming in, soaking that's tomorrow into Thursday. Snow in the mountains above 3,500 feet. Highs for the rest of us will be in the upper 50s to the low 60s. Right now it is 51 in Laguna Hills and in Pacoima as well. Okay, look at your drive with DKFI in the sky. We've got a crash now on the 57.
Good morning. If you're heading north on the 57 and trying to transition westbound on the 210 freeway, crash there being worked on, and looks like it's going to be the right shoulder of the 57 connector to the 210 west. Meanwhile, we still got the full closure, the bizarre closure there on the Grapevine, completely shut down. Northbound side of the 5 to Grapevine Road and Wheeler Ridge. Not because of weather, because of police activity. Somebody opened fire on a Speedway driver, and they're doing a big investigation there with the roadway closed. We'll let you know the second that reopens. 71 northbound between Mission Boulevard and Polk. We have a full freeway closure there for a while longer because the overnight closure is still in serious stages. There, of course, they've been working on potholes. They hold up stuff there on the 71. Take away as you approach. And in Ontario, an earlier crash, the 10 freeway westbound at the live photo from Terry Avenue in Fontana. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Will Fulbright. I'll sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blinds to Blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at blindster.com.
As well, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we're doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies. In fact, only the best produce of zesty oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards means better produce. Well, fresh for everyone.
Don't miss the Fresh Foster Farm Chicken Sale. Mix and match your favorite. Buy one, get one free with your code. Well, fresh for everyone.
Spring's going to be here soon, so start saving money with solar from Solar Max Technology.
Get a 12-panel system for $0 down and $59.99 a month. Plus, you want to lock in your NM 2.0 benefits by April 13th.
Dial pound 250 and say Solar Max or go to solarmaxtech.com.
Once again, available on Food Credit CSLB number 972 boy. But our new technicians are so effective. We always ask, would I trust this person to show up on my mother's doorstep? Leland Smith here, founder of Service Staffing Plumbing, Heating, and AC. mother's doorstep says they'll never make it to your house. After that look clean and professional, and they have to be kind and polite, and they have to treat people with respect. They have to background and the drug test. When they do show up, they'll be wearing a clean uniform and a company ID. They'll wear shoe covers in your home and clean up after they leave. You're going to love your service company assessment because I flat out guarantee you, if I would send them to my mother's doorstep, I would never send them to you. Our number is 833-777-7777 or find us online at servicechampions.com. Losing air conditioning on a hot summer day can be a bloody old nightmare, and no one wants that crap. So your air conditioner lasts longer and reduce breakdowns with a rejuvenation.
We'll make 6 critical adjustments so you'll stay cool, leave less energy, and increase the life of your system.
We'll clean the outdoor coils the right way, not the easy way.
Rejuvenation, just $429.
Gale Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You'll need CPL.com. We'll keep it cool, but it's hard to sell. License number 1047-781. Go solar with local and veteran-owned Super Solaris. Visit SuperSolaris.com. For official names and more information about context of this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rule.
KFI AM 640.
The news, what it means, why it matters. KFI AM 640. Bill Handle here. It's a Tuesday. It's a dry Tuesday until tonight, and then it's not going to be so dry. 13th atmospheric river headed to SoCal. Yes, we're going to get wet again. What's starting to hit on the news, Jennifer, Wade, and me. There's going to be much about which to grouse at the House of Mouse. This is very good. Very good. Disney CEO Bob Iger saying that there's going to be 3 rounds of layoffs. The first will be this week. Then next month, a second round, more layoffs than this week. Several thousand people expected to be let go next month. And then another round before the beginning of the summer. The total goal, 7,000 eliminated jobs. So they're calling him a louse. Okay. Oh, yeah. We could have added that. And so 7,000. Oh, very good. Okay, we're going to keep on going with that one until the end of the show. And of course, Disney right down the street, just 2 distance from here, they're that close. And there's only 2 ways that a company can make money. Increase revenues, decrease costs. And this, of course, is cost cutting. And for those that go to Disneyland, be prepared for a family of 4 for tickets, parking, food. It will be $2,300 for the day. You watch, and people will pay it. And the more they charge, the merrier it is for them. Yep.
This is so great. So there were these AI-generated pictures of Pope Francis in a puffer jacket. And all of a sudden, when the word gets out that, hey, have you seen the Pope in the puffer jacket? The searches for the Pope skyrocketed. Because people were like, wait, what? And it's a very cool white kind of silvery puffer jacket that he was in. It was all a joke.
Yeah.
But it fooled so many people who thought, dang, look at that silly Pope.
It could have been far worse. You could do an awful lot with Photoshop. They could have had the Pope engage in conversation with many different kinds of people, if you wish. Although people would not think that was so this is, he looks damn good.
I think he needs to adopt it now. So he needs to make the puffer.
The big Pope puffer. Right, the big puffy jacket that looks like he's going to Vail, Colorado.
But yeah, one picture he's got the cross hanging down over it. So here's sort of Pope the rapper.
Yeah, interesting evoking. Wayne?
That photo is, wait 1 second, boom, that photo is up on your Twitter actually. So if people want to take a look at the Pope in a puffer jacket, so that it never really happened in real life, now, I don't know why I'm saying that story seems right up your alley. I guess because of your long involvement in the world generally of
fertility and helping people become parents. There is a God, an international line of sperm donation. Like, huge now.
There's a monitor, one of those monitors, like Walmart produces.
Found out
They have one for 170 or 144.
Found out that he has donated so much sperm and has fathered by 550 children. And he was shocked that he never would have used his sperm if he knew that he fathered so many children. There was a foundation in the Netherlands called Donor Kids who are helping with the lawsuits to stop him from donating any more sperm. They say that when you donate that much sperm and father that many children, you increase the risk of inbreeding, incest, or psychological problems for donor children. Yeah, that I could see. The influence part of it.
You do not have to do that, but okay.
It's not against the law, by the way.
I got it here.
I know, for example, California is, and this is my well, first of all, I was actually a lot of practicing. It was, okay, I am excited against it, but my own sperm donation is the first place I ever filed in the world.
Okay, I was going to say 24 hurt.
They threw me out of the appeals and for good reason. For technical reasons. I don't want to go into that. But this may be, I don't even know if for legal the number of sperm donations in California. That's why I apologize. You don't look like this. You can do it. If you realize the sperm donation is done through the sperm donor bank. Matter of fact, just for your information,
Hold on, look like a other people. Other total look like
I found it was the sperm bank in the world. I had him on the show.
You know what I know?
His dad was a mafia.
Right?
He's one of the greatest. I kind of wonder if famous was working. His dad was a member of the mafia. This motherfucker is right. I don't think it's illegal. But see, the way things go together, a man took so much in 2 years in prison for setting fire to a couple of businesses in Hollywood. They were in a building on the corner of Melrose and Highland that burned in 2020 during protests over police brutality.
Oh, man.
Officials in Philadelphia note that local tap water is safe after a chemical spill in the Delaware River.
For a whole bunch of people calling buckets for water. When I had eyebrows, people called me sick. From my
Awards last night.
Right, if I change my style, I'm also
got the Icon Award after.
If I just shave my head, give myself the big. Your eyebrows look like
pay about $5 billion in repairs for my damage every year. That's a ton of money. I mean, we know there are so much possible property damage every year, and every storm, earthquake, every flood combined. Termite damage may not even be covered by your home insurance policy. Repairs are huge. We suggest a phone call to the Physical Termite. 800 specific repair number. They'll come out and do a free home inspection. You don't think of termite. It's worth a phone call. And when they do treat for termites, they don't test. I have tested before. You don't want to go there. It is a night. Pacific Coast Termite. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com. Call 800-PACIFIC, PacificCoastTermite.com. Still got weather from KMI. We've got a great day ahead with the showers starting after midnight and high steps in the low 60s. This report is brought to you by your Simple Store. In the Southern California Toyota Dealer Shopping Center, let's go places. Let's go to 5.
I don't know if this is just in my rumor, but I've been hearing a lot about like the actual government starting to go against the whole free shit
cell phone on the floor.
Well, the thing is, what they're going to be doing is actually they're going to be classifying anyone who identifies or allows that whole furry shit. They're going to be classifying it as bestiality.
Also, I was scared that like Uganda or on a region that are like to like LGBTQ this is good content, right? People like identifying everybody on some shit and being like, what are you doing?
Well, they've already made it, they finally made it illegal for the fact that if you're under the age of 18, you cannot identify yourself or go through transition. And if your child goes through transition, the parents will actually get charged for child neglect if they fucking, if their child decides to do it. And the process, if you're an actual legal adult, you actually have the legal house, the actual
and I think that if you try to say do that, because like, what if somebody transitioning from their like 12 and then
that's
biological daughter is a fucking boy.
Yeah, see, that's what, and that's also this bill was actually passed directly to those types of parents that actually do that shit.
Yeah, people that are like that.
Been doing it to anyone who's under the age of 18 because if you're under the age of 18, you're legally not an adult. You legally should not be kids. You legally you're not doing your work. You legally should not be your body. Well, it's also the thing is, the thing is too, if you legally cannot go to war or enlist yourself in the military, you legally should not be
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the It's not. Actually, as soon as you go on one of blockers, you gotta take medicine for the rest of your life. You fucking choose not to do that shit. So also, if you like get a surgery that inspires you to that too, but there's also another factor that you could possibly die from the procedure alone. You could possibly die. But there is a very high chance of fatality when you force it out. There's a lot of veins, a lot of muscle tissue. All those genital
also, I saw a lot of nerve endings.
in round 3 of deliberations in the trial of LA City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas, who was suspended because he accused of, maybe doing some kickbacks for some kind of contract and the social work school is paying for.
Honestly, if you're under the evasion, if you're under the
was not illegal. And I think there's
but under the age of 18, hormones that are natural to your body, you're getting rid of those. You're also going to be stunting words, impacting natural estrogen if you're a male, because that's male too produce a very minuscule amount of estrogen. Very minuscule. Same with females, they produce a very minuscule amount of testosterone. It's the other way around for it. But if you're impacting that at an early age, you could possibly kill someone just for
That's true. Speaking of court, the Supreme Court had a hearing yesterday in a First Amendment challenge to a law that generally prohibits speaking in the but it has one word in it that you're so one of the ways to violate our law is you can't criminalize the encouraging because that's what is it to encourage? How do you know?
Because everyone gets in their echo chambers and they are so emotional about it that it's hard to.
People who are
I don't believe HRT without hate, and someone can't say I do believe in HRT without getting hate.
Obviously, you have like so many stories.
When you say hormones,
Who else is asking questions? I'm like,
a lot of
I think that all the LJ arguing that it is unconstitutional. Do they have a baby as a devil? You came up with that.
If I had all the personal information in front of me and I could ruin their life by calling it faggot, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't ruin their life.
I'm not, I support, what I support my door.
Well, they were going to, but the correct answer is to focus on one word of the branches or to strike that one. The court policy says the court rule very narrowly. The court has the right to even black parents on this is more than just the word of the word.
I find it I completely agree with this word. That's how it was raised, and that's how it was raised.
It's terrible organization.
By the way, it's just actually illegal aliens. White lives matter.
That is the
I think it's going to fall. A couple of news-related lawsuits. First off, you had about 300 Swifties, Taylor Swift fans, who held this rally in downtown LA yesterday. And they were accusing
bullshit.
so what they were saying is,
Also, all the money goes late for people
about Swifties who went online and said that they had access to they don't have their ticket now. They're Ticketmaster, of course, is that it has a process
everybody gets
and Taylor
it ain't about the
organization.
Yeah,
I don't know that they colluded with
but it's happened at Jewish
If I had to guess, I don't know a lot about why I would have to guess that they put it out there. Because that was black culture to
not have a
to grab those tickets. For example, you call and they have all kinds of algorithms where a million phone calls are made across banks of phones, same thing with the internet, access to the internet. They have algorithms that they get in. That's what I think happened if I had to guess. There's no reason to sell the scalpers. None. So lawsuit, class action, they want $2,500. I think that's what the lawsuit is saying. $2,500 per person. So the tickets may have cost $250. We want 10 times that. Get a life. Okay, just get a life. I mean, he's that good.
She was upstairs. I actually saw her up there. I brought my daughters when they were 14 to them up there, 13 years ago. And she was up in the performance studio just before she broke in Hughes. And there was Taylor Swift. Nice, very nice. The mom was great. She was very pleasant. Would I pay that much money to see Taylor Swift? I would not. But then again, I'm not a Swift.
I feel like it's one of those things like, if you look at the CIA literally had that mission to funnel crack into black holes.
Virtual,
like, if you live in a country that's like that, they're not crazy.
holograms that have been
People have it
adding virtual concerts.
They're both
Keep in mind, this is kind of the front of the story, because we know by a lot of it.
Stereotype. I think that's what we're looking at. With other things,
Physically,
to put and like they put the
people will not be allowed to wear white disco wigs when they go to the virtual ABBA show, because disco wigs are very much like afros, and therefore it is, quote, culturally insensitive. You will not be allowed to go in that wig. I can see making it not illegal, but making it about policy, because you can't see over now. Well, okay, we're done, guys. Coming up, the Nashville shooting, and a couple of segments today on that. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Congratulations to Steve Gregory, earning 2 more Golden Mike Awards for his collection. Sorry. And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles and China.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Looking for the why. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Police in Nashville, Tennessee say a transgender woman who killed 3 students at 3 adults at an elementary school.
But yeah, exactly.
Also had a detailed map of the school, including entry points and surveillance of the building before the attack yesterday. Security video shows the transgender woman shooting her way into the glass door. She was later killed by cops. Investigators have been going over an manifesto and other writings to try to figure out why the school was targeted. President Biden has a gun plan on Congress to pass an assault weapons ban.
To do more to stop gun
Yesterday, heartbreaking, and says it's about time the country began to make some more progress. News is brought to you by American Vision Windows. City workers have removed fencing around Echo Park Lake where homeless people once lived. This elderly woman said she worries the fence's removal yesterday will lead to more crime at the park, because the park is important for seniors. Because there is so little green space in Los Angeles. This is where we come to realize. The fence was installed 2 years ago after about 200 homeless people were moved out of the park. Councilman Peter Silver Martinez said local advertisers learned how it was. Workers and service providers will be at the park every day. Burglars have smashed their way into half a dozen businesses in downtown El Segundo. 6 different locations had windows shattered and doors kicked in by crooks looking for cash. El Segundo PD Lieutenant Ryan Janowitz says, if you see something, say something.
And for businesses having good alarm systems and to actually really respond and also investigate these crimes.
No arrests have been made, but Janowitz says investigators are actively reviewing surveillance videos. Police say these break-ins on Saturday could also be linked to similar burglaries in nearby cities of Manhattan Beach and Hawthorne. Chris Adler, KFI News.
El Monte has started up a guaranteed income program for women impacted by the pandemic. KFI's Blake Soley reports live 125 women will be selected. The women will get $500 a month for 12 months. El Monte City Manager Alma Martinez says the program is one of the most direct ways the city can get American Rescue Plan Act money to the most vulnerable people. The application period closes April 15th. Women want to receive the money will be given certain requirements, including being single, having children who live with them, and having a verified income below the poverty line. Monty has partnered with a nonprofit research organization to help manage the program. Reporting live, Twitter has suspended an entire targeted numbers at the LAPD by putting sanctions on their ads. The union representing the officer says it's suing the account holder after the department released personal information.
a 9,000 officers, including those undercover and in sensitive positions. Land has been banned from a spring concert at an elementary school in Wisconsin. School officials removed the song as well as Kermit the Frog's Rainbow Connection. Parents complained to the administration, so Rainbow Connection was reinstated last Thursday, but Rainbow Land is out because it's too controversial for first graders. Lyrics from the band's song are, "We are rainbows, me and you, every color, every hue. Let's shine on through together. We can start living in a rainbow land." We're going to look at your drive at DKFI.
Nicholas Batum was high scorer for the Clippers with 24 points as LA beat the Chicago Bulls 124-112. It was the third game without Paul George, who says he's not sure yet when he can return from a knee injury. The Dodgers were bested by the Angels 5-4 in Game 2 of the spring training three-way series. That series wraps up today at 6. Ryan Pepiot will start for the Dodgers. The Halos have Reed Detmers. He's going to be on the mound. And you can hear all the action in HD on the iHeartRadio app live. If you're looking to get out of your house, you want to sell. Well, property values are shocking, so maybe this is the time. Now, usually you list your home with a broker. You pay 6%, you clean, you repair, you paint. Buyers are walking through your house, you can be there, just as soon as you spot. There's another way of doing it. Contact the folks on RedBuyers.com. They'll buy your house. They'll give you a fair price without any of that hassle. No real estate agent. You don't clean. You don't repair. Live like a slob. And you'll get paid in cash and within 10 days or less. That's RedBuyers.com. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing to help with your move, and they'll never, ever lowball you. Go to directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL. That's directbuyers.com.
Your KFI Financial Update is sponsored by Jacoby and Myers. The Dow is up 55, S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 70, and the average price for a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $4.82. Don't wait. Maximize your compensation after an accident. Call Jacoby and Myers now. Justice for you since 1972. Still got weather from KFI. We've got a great day ahead. The rain should start after midnight, but it looks like between tomorrow and Thursday, we could see up to 2 inches of rain in some spots. Looks like the snow level will stay above 3,500 feet. That is, temperatures, so for the rest of us, are just going to be in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. Right now it's 49 in Fullerton, 51 in Laguna Hills, and in Pacoima, 50 in Baldwin Park. Let's get a look at your drive with DKFI in the sky. We've got a problem on the 71.
Problems have been with us for a few days because of the recent rain. A lot of repairs need to be done there. 71 northbound completely shut down between Mission Boulevard and Cole Avenue, all the way closed until at least 7:30 to tell you. Nothing huge delays in that area, but just be aware. Can't get through on 71 northbound right now. We need some mystery flowing Pacific Palisades on 328 if you're getting away from Sunset Boulevard up to about, well, actually from before Sunset Boulevard in the Pacific Palisades area right around Temecula Canyon. A lot of just stop traffic. If you're in that or see something else on the roadway, just let us know. Pound 250 on your cell phone, keywords AFI traffic. In the Northfield area, we have crash. Well, you're going to find delays getting away from it. Looks like about Truman Way now, all the way down to the Culver Pass, down to Sunset Boulevard. And if the Cahuenga Pass is your way to go this morning, it's actually moving pretty well. Just a few brake lights getting away from the 134, 101, 170 way. KFI in the south, get to there faster, and we'll cold driver.
This hour of the Bill Handel Show brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. If you get hurt in an accident, see the law firm with the experience to wear. See Jacoby and Myers.
Do you find yourself stuck in timeshare? Keep your real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Justin Dowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, is the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get the timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call them at 9900.
Homeowners, stop worrying about drinking harmful water. Get a Puritan and whole house water filtration and conditioning system for $0 down at just $49 a month. Go to PuritanWater.com.
More stimulating talk.
And iHeart Radio station.
got some breaking news about those migrants that died at a detention center. Jennifer, I mean, it's literally just broke. What's going on?
Yeah, apparently migrants who are fearing deportation set mattresses on fire at this immigration detention center in Mexico. 39 people died in this fire. 29 others were injured.
Cool. Yeah, they were protesting, obviously, and the protest went very, very wrong. Yeah. That's a tough one, and I'm sure some families are together doing that. When we get the numbers of how many kids, how many entire families were gone. Also, some of the news we are sharing weather news. We've been doing a lot of that lately. We're going to do it again. 13th atmospheric river headed to Southern California starting tonight, and we're looking at 2 inches of rain over the next couple of days. Big story yesterday that broke the entire country is following with the Nashville school shooting when a former student, is what we are told, shot into a religious school and came into the school and killed 3 kids, 9-year-olds after that, and 3 adults. So the teacher, the head of the school, and the custodian, and it's another shooting. And immediately comes to mind, did you see the video of the shooter shooting into the glass? The doors were locked, but there were 2 glass doors. One right outside, leading to the outside, and then another one inside, about maybe 8 feet inside, and she's transgender. It was, I think, a male who identified as a female, from what I understand. We haven't actually gotten that information, nothing specific yet as to motive, as to this manifesto that was written. We have some of I think it was private Instagram posts from the shooter to a friend, and information that was given, and the authorities acted appropriately from second one, it looks like, in terms of coming into the school and shooting her dead 13 minutes after the first shots were fired. So the first thing that came to mind, see the video of her shooting into the door, into the glass doors, and then climbing through, and then she's walking around with an AR-15, I believe, an assault-type weapon, just 2 of them, plus the handgun, and killed those kids. Just literally walking through the school. The kids were shot at random. The authorities are telling us everybody was shot at random, just wrong place or wrong time. But the first thing that came to mind, doors were locked. And so does that mean, but they were glass doors. So does that mean that the next step in securing schools, we have resource officers, doors locked, the shooter drills going on, the police, of course, training time after time for active shooter drills. Do the schools across the country now put bulletproof doors leading to the outside? Reinforce steel bulletproof doors that cannot be opened but from the inside. And my guess is the answer is going to be yes on this one next. Because when you think about it, you have metal detectors, for example, when students go in and out. Some schools do have metal detectors. That wouldn't have helped because class was in session. The break-in, if you would, the break-in with the weapon happened with a side door. In this case, they did find the shooter at home. Obviously, they searched her house and found the manifesto, found maps, or a specific map that laid out the exits and entrances, the floor plan of the school. Even though she had attended the school, she made absolutely sure she had the kind of floor plan, which she knew exactly where she was going, could find out. And then the big issue was the Instagram and the timeline. Now, the first time a shot is heard was right after 10 o'clock, and within 13 minutes he was dead. The police rushed the school, acted more than appropriately. Shots were exchanged between the police and the shooter, and he was killed. And so here is the Instagram that she sent to a friend. First one, 9:57, then we know. Basically, that post, she was specifically referring to that post I made here about you. And saps this
is not a joke or exclamation point. You'll probably hear me on the news after I die. This is my last goodbye. I love you. See you again in another life. Audrey, and then in parentheses under that, Katie, I assume was the male name. And God keeps and covers you. This is a friend effectively saying, don't do that. Response: I know, but I don't want to live. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to upset you or get attention. I just need to die. After saying, you'll see me on the news, I wanted to tell you first that you are the most beautiful person I've ever seen and known all my life, and the feeling so that's what we're hearing. Coming in at 8:30, I'm going to talk about America and the gun problem.
Yeah.
Told that you're 28 years old. Shut up. Totally wrong. I'm going to talk about
No, if you look at this, the camera, this is like Arctic camera. No, this is like Arctic camera.
Reporting at the $40 million in cryptocurrency and intended for the benefit of one or more people to influence and use them to unfreeze some of those accounts. And Disney claims that will start to Israel the first of 3 rounds of layoffs that will reduce the company's workforce by 7,000 employees. This show unfortunately will let that last 2 months. There are millions of openings in the U.S. Less than 6 million people actually looking for work. So no wonder it's hard to find qualified hourly employees. Now, there are tons of hiring sites, but when you use them, they cost a pile of money. You get inundated with resumes of people who don't even fit the bill. They don't have the right qualifications. They are too far away. They ghost you on the interview. JobGet is very different. With JobGet, your top candidates already have the skills you need. You know that immediately. You're only talking to candidates in your area. Your candidates get immediate notifications right to their phone, letting them know you're ready to talk, you want to hire, and reminding them the interview is coming right up. Office assistants, managers, cleaning, maintenance, receptionists, sales associates, retail, it just goes on and on. You post with one click, and you're hiring the right people for the job. Try it for free at jobget.com/handle, jobget.com/handle, free post, jobget.com/handle. SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like we've got a gray day ahead with the rain starting after midnight, heavy tomorrow and Thursday. Snow in the mountains above